Hi everybody. So today is Friday. It's the last day of July. I have to say July zipped by in this bizarre fog. I really don't know how to describe it. It was weird. I just ran out, picked up some fabric from Chestnut Bay. If you haven't seen the sale posts already, hop over to Chestnut Bay on Facebook. She is listing her wools and some other goodies. I actually picked up some wools. That'll be a really cute strawberry mat project, and then I picked up a whole other set of stuff that is going to be for millinery and pen wipers. Very excited with some of the pieces that I got. They're over there, but that's not what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you an unboxing. Surprise! You know I love these. And of course this unboxing is yet again an unpackaging. Based on where this is from, this should be a specific something. You know, just like the other specific something. So just going to very carefully zip this open. Alright, we're wrapped in tissue this time, so I can slide her right on out. Ta-da! And you couldn't see a single thing of that. Let me move that camera. Alright. Again, ta-da! Alright, we'll move that down there. Clara's over here, so hopefully she'll be a good girl. Got a few pieces of tape, it looks like. Now here's the deal with this one. I saw this pop up with another one of those I just can't refuse it price tags. And when I mentioned it to a friend of mine, she's like, oh, I thought that was a modern, like a reproduction. I'm like, I'm not really sure. But you know what? For the price tag, I'm willing to find out. So this may be an original. This may be a reproduction. Who knows? I only saw a couple photos. All right. Let me tell you, this is some pretty fabric. Any which way. All right. Can you see this? Let me move you this way, it looks like. All right. So this is a pumpkin or wadded style hood. It's shipped incredibly flat. So I'm going to be very careful here, especially through this area as I loosen her up. When she gets packed away into her new archival box, she'll get some tissue inside to help puff her back up. I am working on a few ideas on storage supports for a couple different style winter hoods. Like I have ideas in my head, but of course the materials are an investment. Currently I've been using some tissue paper, but in talking with some curator friends of mine, I want to go a little bit further to give them a little more support, especially since some of them are structured pieces, and I want to make sure the wire and the cane and the pasteboard and other interesting interior goodies has as much support as possible. Now this one, of course, is most likely wadding, being wool wadding, and I can tell you this is corded. Looking at it from here, I am going to say this is an original, but I don't think it was worn much. I think the wear is storage wear because there is some wear here, here, and here, and then a little bit here, all on the cording, which is a very ribbed cording, okay? So the twist of the cord, it is distinctive. So rubbing against that, those were definitely some of the weaker points. There's, not sure what those little spots are. That might not be anything. All right, so that's different. All right, I'm gonna have to turn this. I kind of wish I would have the camera on my head a little bit. I'm gonna have to turn this at some point so you guys can see it. I think there's a little hole here too as well. So this is a plaid silk taffeta. Pull out the ruler here. Okay. Actually, I should have left that backwards. So this is a 1/2 inch wide stripe in the black. It's a 1/4 inch wide in the red, going that way, and the same that way. Actually, question. Okay, so this should be reverse for you. Okay, that way. Does that read as forward to you guys? Let me know. All right, so all in all, this piece is just shy of 14 inches tall. Nine inches deep, flat, okay? In all reality, the whole piece here is going to be about 23 inches around the brim. The brim at the very top, about 6.5 inches deep, 6 inches deep at the bottom. That's normal. You can definitely see some curving here, so this section of wadding is a little wider at the top than it is on the bottom. At the longest point, without pulling this section down here, it looks like the bevelé or the curtain is 3 inches. It's got about a 1/4 inch deep hem at the bottom. It is set on the bias. First glance, it looks like a single piece. Okay, so up here at the very front, this is a double set of cording. Here's a double set of cording. Change that. This is a triple set of cording here. Triple with a what'll be like kind of almost like a ruffle at the front. So triple, double, double, single, single. This is set on the bias. I've got to take a photo of how these cords sit because they're kind of hanging in at each other, which is interesting. Okay. All right. So very thin. And what I did notice when I first started to open this up, and I'll show you guys in a minute, is inside is a hook. And I vaguely recall someone once mentioning that they had a hook in. Oh, there's a note. Hey, note from the seller. Okay, so she's had this for many years. All right, this will actually stay with this one. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I think it's strong enough to do this. Inside we have, this is a nice, nice assortment. So this is a brown polished cotton, and you can really truly see how polished this really is. Okay, here's the facing from the silk, and there's very little color difference front to back. This is a silk taffeta that's pieced. You can see a little stitch here. Goodness, I can't even tell what that is. It's so straight. I would assume that it was a machine stitch, but it's not even. Not sure what that is. Along this piece is some whip stitching. Okay. And then there's some very fine, I can see green thread coming through here. What's interesting, I can see over here, this is a little salvage edge. So the back part of the neck seam is bound in polished cotton, but then there's this little piece here and little piece here that's bound in the silk. Okay, you can see how down here the curtain outer piece is folded in. Okay. I'm going to try to turn this around in a second for you. I'm going to see if I can peek further back in. Well, I am not going to put much pressure on that because that has been folded flat for a while. And when I say a while, I mean years. So I think what I can do is, you can see inside, not going to go much higher. There's definitely a fold in the crown. Okay. A lot of gathering going on in the crown. You can see that. Alright, now I'm gonna edge this little dude forward here, and I'm gonna use the tissue to help me turn it over. Alright. So on this side, I don't know if that lets you see this piece of wear anymore. I do think it's interesting how good a shape. Ooh, this is cool. Oh, I'm glad I touched that. Okay, so a lot of times when the cords are run down through, they run all the way down to the seam. This cord runs down, curves back up. You can feel that right in there. This one has so much stitching there, you can't really tell. This one actually ends way up here. That's a good inch above the seam. This one makes it down to the seam, as does that one. All right, here now you can see that hook. There is just thread on this side. Thank you. That's twice. All right, so I now have to make sure I put her away. There are some pin marks here that may indicate that there was ribbon there at one point. But looking at the condition of this polished cotton, this was worn very, very minimally. Neat piece. So I'm glad I picked it up. It'll be nice to have it join the collection. It was living in a very dry climate. So I really think I should probably do some reading up on moving pieces from a dry climate to a more humid. Not that we're very humid here in New York. Oh, there's the eye over here on the outside. Interesting. So that actually at one point was meant to close completely under the chin. So yeah, I'll let this rest for a little while. I think it's gonna go into the freezer, just for safekeeping. Yeah, maintain the entry process. And then it'll get archival paper and everything, and it'll give me a chance to read up on what I should be doing with it, going from its dry climate to its New York climate. I'll take some more pictures too and let you see what that is and some of these little details. So I hope you enjoyed this little unpacking. Like I was saying, hop over to Chestnut Bay's Facebook page, especially if you like doing any of the wool crafts. So if you enjoy doing the pen wipers or some of those little table mats or mug mats, rug hookers, please hop on over there. She's got some yardages, but she's also got some of the fat quarter cuts, some little like charmettes. There was a really cute name to these little guys. It was a huge pack of little squares that would make the coolest projects. With the right imagination. I just don't want to let myself get into something that big yet. I need to finish my 2 mats that I have in my head. So I have 2 mats that I want to do. I have my bag to still do. And then I have my stack of saris. So I've got, you know the projects. But anyway, hop over there, grab some of these wool pieces because they're like an incredible discount. You won't regret it. Loving what I picked out, and I will say hello. Well, goodbye for now, and then hello again when I have something else neat to show you, okay? Bye-bye, all.